Amanda. Amanda. Sadtu viva. Viva Sadtu. Thank you. Dear President of Sadtu, Comrade Mafila, dear General Secretary, Comrade Magwena Maluleke, National Executive Committee members of Sadtu, Comrade of Sadtu, guests, and representative of sister unions and organizations, dear comrades, on behalf of the leadership of Education International at global level, the President, Susan Hopgood, the General Secretary, David Edwards, and all the executive members. At the regional level, on behalf of the Chief Coordinator of Africa Region, dear Sister Asibi Napoe, I wish to congratulate the leadership and the membership of SADTU for the organization of this 9th National Congress. EI would like to express its greetings to the Congress and its solidarity with SADTU in its ongoing struggles for those who work in education and for social justice and peace in society. I stand in solidarity with SADTU and its members in this very important exercise for the Union. The Congress that is taking place in a context when education is at the heart of global, regional, and national debates, and when commitments are made to provide quality education to all, as engaged on SDG 4. Dear comrade, distinguished guests, EI, bringing together education workers from all regions of the world, has member organizations that represent over 32 million people. We have, together, been confronting enormous challenges, but have nevertheless made much progress in the global arena. Our mobilization for quality education contributed much to the commitment made by the global community in September 2015 to provide an inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. Our ongoing campaign, Global Response Against Privatization and Commercialization of Education, gets positive results in many countries like Uganda, Kenya, Liberia, among others. Our various actions against the violation of union rights free many colleagues arrested and jailed in many countries. That progress, comrade, has been possible because of the commitment of national organizations like yours, SADTU, and the dynamic, talented leaders like your General Secretary, Brother Magwena Maluleke, Vice President of Education International, who has contributed with his ideas and energy to Education International on the executive board and our recent Congress in Bangkok. Colleagues, Our fight is for the dignity and respect of teachers and all other education workers. It is for recognition of the status of the teaching profession. It is for our students and our communities, and it is for democracy. Comrade of SADTU, that is the fight you too are standing for, and that is all the meaning of the theme of your 9th Congress, claiming our rights to have a human dignity and safety protected and respected in pursuit of decolonized quality public education. Colleagues, the theme of our Congress fits perfectly with the concern of many teachers, trade unions in Africa and even the world. Yes, colleague, our fight is for the right of educators and all workers. But we also oppose those who sow fear and division, and we strive to build societies based on solidarity, trust, and equality. Dear colleagues, we are taking on global corporates and financial forces who see human beings as factors of production and education as a source of profit. See how privatization is developing in the education sector all around the world. It's for profit. We can't accept it. And that's why our mission is so difficult. Our mission to fight for the just and fair cause of education workers' organization, to promote the status, interest, and welfare of each and every of their members, to defend their trade union and professional rights, social justice, and equity. We, therefore, have to emphasize our mobilization and advocacy to make governments ensure adequate provision of free, quality, public, inclusive education in order to let no one behind. Increase investment in qualified trained teachers and education support personnel at national level, because the teacher is the first and the most important input to aspire to quality education. A well-trained, well-motivated teacher is an active agent of development. He transmits knowledge and values, acquires skills and attitudes, works for the development of the human being, and awake the consciences. He participates in the shaping of the future generation of men and women who will hold the destiny of our continent. Therefore, the teacher must be kneaded with professional and moral qualities that provide him respect, consideration from the community and the student, and restore his dignity. Country laws, policies, and budgets support the provision of inclusive education for all, disabled and other minorities. Colleagues, indeed, in Africa, since the end of decolonization, Our respective education systems are looking for the way of salvation for a democratic quality education, an education in conformity with the values that must embody the African man, reconciled with its culture and its traditions. But on regard of the current situation, we are very far from the target. Not only curricula are not often adapted to the country context and the African continent realities and aspirations, but the statistics are worrying. It is reported that about 750 million adults, 2/3 of them women, are said to have remained illiterate in 2016. A quarter of this illiterate population is said to live in sub-Saharan Africa. It is also reported that many developing countries still lack basic infrastructure and facilities to provide effective learning environments. Sub-Saharan Africa is said to face the biggest challenges with the primary and lower secondary level, less than half of schools having access to electricity, internet, computers, and basic drinking water. How to ensure inclusive quality education in such a context? According to the United Nations assessment of SDG 4, despite the considerable progress on education access and participation over the past years, 262 million children and youth aged 6 to 17 were still out of school in 2017. And more than half of children and adolescents are not meeting minimum proficiency standards in reading and mathematics. The same report indicates that despite rapid technological changes which present opportunities, the learning environment, the capacities of teachers, and the quality of education have not kept pace. Colleagues, hence, refocused efforts are needed to improve learning outcomes for the full life cycle through decolonized quality public education. So, our fight is right, and will continue our sensitization for building strong union. We'll continue our capacity building, our mobilization and campaign to put pressure on governments and global community in order to make them respect their commitment, because we at Education International recognize and believe that education is human right and public good in its own right, enabling people at all stages in their life to achieve their maximum potential and to better understand themselves and their role and relationship. We wish Sadtu successful Congress. We wish fruitful deliberation. In solidarity, we stand.
Let me call upon the General Secretary to do the appreciation and the presentation of a token of appreciation to Marieme.
Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Colleague, Allow me to take the opportunity to bring the greetings of my union, Cyprus in Senegal. The greeting to all the members of SADTU, and are the symbol to give a little souvenir. This is Senegal. The lion is the symbol of Senegal. You know the team, lion. Okay, just souvenir, thank you.
SADTU ki babina tau. This is the lion ki tau. Re babina tau re a leboga. Re bana ba matleduane ba re bana ba tau ga re jane re moloko moo.